Live and direct from the 1-6. Yo, check out the Hudson on PCP when he's dusting infidels off. Yo, watch as we crush the impact attack. Big Ray is back, and it's the one-man hack. Infidels, hacker Hamin, aka Bip Hodgers, is in the house, and you're still all FR. But my man Big Ray is here to stay. So, y'all infidels, it's hackerhamin.podbean.com. The impact attack is back. Good morning, Ray.
Oh, fuck my life, dude. I am congested. So we have this resident in my building. He's like 90. Well, I think he's like 900 years old. We call him Father Time. And the guy, he's in the hospital. He's going to be in the hospital for some time. And he has this fucking cat. Now, remember the gimmick I put up on if by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Big Ray, if you don't know who I am by now. But
hey, no.
Oh well, it is what it
You're
is.
You're a star, Ray. You're a star. I could have been a star, Ray.
Yeah, but a star is just a big ball of gas. That's what I feel like right now. But look, so check this out, dude. On the Hamin Media discussion group, I posted this picture of a cat. You tap it, and then you have the gimmick with you choking a cat. It's fantastic. Stevie didn't like it, by the way. He was very upset about it. Of course
he doesn't. I don't know if I liked it either. I like animals. I'm just allergic to cats. I don't hate them.
Well, here's the
cats can heal out on me. Long-haired ones, anyway, dude. My eyes swell up like a fucker.
And here is the problem. So this old man, he has a cat named Tucker. And this cat is awesome. He's not like a regular cat.
Can we call the cat Tucky for the rest of the story?
You know what? Tucky. So
good.
So I have to go feed Tucky, once a day, and then the other guys feed it, whatever. They change the gimmick, and I am so allergic to cats. And here's the problem. This cat is fucking adorable. He's adorable.
They're good looking.
He's adorable, but then he's not like a regular cat. Most cats are independent. They're not very loving. A lot of them. I had 3 cats in the past, and I almost died. But Tucker, he just didn't leave me alone. He was fucking rubbing on me and fucking chasing me around the house and shit. So I am literally dying from the inside. I cannot breathe. I
gotta blast down some Claritin or some. I don't like Benadryls, make me tired, but definitely afterwards or before I go over to referee Sideburns, because he's got 2 cats and you have to lock them away when we watch Raw and work on our putting. And like that my eyes will just swell right up too, man. So I'm with you. But I don't really get coughing, but my nose will start twitching. But man, my eyes just done.
Look at my eyes. This isn't sleepy. I've been up for a while.
You sure it's not that vape? What do you got in that vape? Is that
oh no, well. Anyway, you're
up early here, hackerhamin.podbean.com, infidels, Hamin Media Group as well. If you're joining us on YouTube, I think I'm just on Ben Hamin channel right now. MSG checking in, just put out a great little intro After Effects piece for Stevie Ray TV.
Dude,
incredible. Incredible production going on across the board at HMG. I can't wait though. And Stevie Ray goes, man, that looks awesome, but I hate that fucking Harlem Heat music. Because he's so like not anti Harlem Heat. That's his bread and butter, but like he just wants to move forward with everything, and he can. You know what I mean? The Harlem Heat music works awesome, but I can't wait for MSG to get kicked in the nuts by Stevie Ray and have to take it. That's always a fun production day. But great job, MSG. It looks awesome. Everybody is just doing great work. You and I work on Big Vito brand right now, getting a couple finishing touches on. We're hoping to launch that and officially in the next 4 days, February 1st, I believe, right, Ray, is our official launch date. So there's a soft launch on now, and Ray's making great content with Noel and getting guests lined up, man. Everyone, the executive producers are just fucking smashing it right now, dude.
Speaking of smashing, speaking of executive producers, Colin, if you're watching right now, I hope you're feeling better. I probably feel like Colin right now. Colin has the vid.
Yeah, well, I mean, what is that really? It's the common cold, in my opinion, dude. Like, it's just the fucking bullshit. I mean, is anybody getting the flu? Have you heard about the flu this year? Did you get your flu shot? No.
Oh, I never get my flu shot ever.
Well, That's the whole, like, that's the thing, dude. If everyone's like, oh, he's got COVID, but he's on chat constantly and producing. So, dude, I've had the flu where I was pissing out my ass and had 106 fever and I felt like a dented tin can. People who have COVID isn't even as fucking bad as the common cold that comes through every year. So, forgive me. I mean, I want Colin to feel well. Don't get me wrong, but
well, that's you.
This shit don't impress me much, as some bitch said. Greg Mosier, hot out of the Instagram world, back into the chat room here. Appreciate you, Garbeck's Edge. I know Big Ray was looking to get with you on a couple things there, so hopefully you guys can connect today. Frank's Pickle Barrel asked Mike Roche, not Ferre Roche, Mike Roche, motherfuckers, and Cam Wolfer's in the house as well. I believe that's Greg Moron himself. So y'all 11 strong as we just kick the morning off here. Go ahead, Reddy.
So during the 3 count, I'm gonna put over what we're doing with Big Vito, and I want to give a big shout out to Greg Mosier. I'm gonna also put you over, buddy. Thank you for that help, and I'll explain to you guys exactly what's happening there. But yeah, dude, you know what? Speaking of the 3 count, why don't we just jump into the 3
you
count?
Just want to jump into it right now?
Let's do it, bro.
Okay, y'all.
I gotta stretch my back. Fuck.
This is your Impact Attack 3 count. The 3 biggest pro wrestling or world news stories of the day. Now, back to Ben Hamin and Big Ray.
It is.
And our own RBV, man, doing it real big, working on a lot of shows, and the executive producer on 2-Man Power Trip, getting John Paz's brand, running along, plugging that HMG supercharger into these Ferrari engines. I love it, man. But let's 3 count it, bro.
I just quickly want to send, I messaged Rick Vickery privately, but my friend, I love you, brother. I know you're going through a whole lot.
Yeah,
a lot of loss. Man, God bless you. God bless your family. Granny was unbelievably special. So I just wanted to give you some love, man. Like, for real, on air. Put it out there. But Rick Vickery is extremely awesome and well hung. So, Ben, breaking news this morning. Yesterday, I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at the whole impeachment gimmick, but apparently only 5 fucking Republicans. 5 Republicans decided to vote after all the shit they've been talking. After everybody, putting over the fact that this was some type of insurrection and all this other crazy shit. Oh, we got to get rid of this, we don't want this guy ever. No, Ben, apparently, the Republicans are standing strong together. So what's going on here?
Well, they don't want their party to be broken apart. And I'm sure there's plenty of payola and, whatever. When Trump banned, I remember like the first week when they're signing all the executive orders, he had all the lobbyists standing behind him where he goes, I'm pretty much writing you out of a job. And they're going, yay, yay, behind him like idiots. But then that just turned into black market payoffs instead of doing it under the guise of it's okay to do it in government.
Right.
So that is really the biggest thing of like why they're still together, because the whatever companies that they're obedient to or invested in, be it Monsanto to whatever George Bush company that we can go back to war profiteering wise, they're going to stay in the cut that way. So they'll toe the line and vote because they don't give a shit about America, about
right.
you and I. They care about these corporations that make them be $50 million richer when they leave office, when they should only have about 1.2 million in the bank leaving office. How does this happen? Complete corruption and selling out of our state. So, I got to go in here. I was going to fade Daniel Price. Okay, let's get this straight and get it straight now. No, COVID itself can't kill you, but it'll exacerbate other things. It's SARS, a friend of the family, organ shut down fast. They tested positive. I say bull fucking shit to 90% of that, bro.
You see,
all media hype, all bullshit, all fucking more companies like Merck, Pfizer, and whatever that they're invested in to inoculate everyone. Go back and look at Bill Gates's early plans for fucking depopulation, for genetically modified meat, while he eats Kobe beef off of his private farms. You get to eat all of this fucking Soylent Green. And if you think it's one little thing and you can't go back and look up Fauci and their investments in the 80s to 2000s in these early labs, only when they were shut down in 2012 to move the lab to 2015 to be able to do it in Wuhan, and you don't know about the size of it, all to it. Do not step to a conspiracy horseman who's done the research and can take you down all the rabbit holes to lead you back to Fauci and the masters, that this is not a complete controlled fucking psyop from the jump, bro. So you can spout off whatever little doctor who's already under the fucking guise of and payoff of, like I was just talking about Merck, Pfizer, or whoever it is, Johnson & Johnson, that they're the same people who sold this country out to Oxycontin while they were fucking shipping it in from Afghanistan from their for-profit war. You do not have a big, wide view of the real fucking psyop you're living under. So it'll be a cold fucking day in hell before I let anybody scold me like they're my fucking grandma about, oh, Aunt Tilly died from it. No, Aunt Tilly got fucking pneumonia because she's 79 years old. And that's what happens to 79-year-olds in the wintertime. And if they made a fucking bio-release weapon and want to blame it on China and sweep all that under the fucking rug, but you don't want to go and look at the guy who's telling you to wear a mask as one of the original investors, well, then I don't know. You need to go back and watch about 3 years of our shows, and then maybe you'll get the fucking full picture. I'm not letting that kind of shit slide on my platform where someone, let's get this straight. No, let's get it straight. You want it straight? That's straight, brother.
Okay, so I think I had a friend that I lost during this whole thing of COVID, my boy Sonny, and Sonny was fine. He was healthy. And I think there are things that are underlined that people may not even know they have. You know, my thought process is this. Do I think that COVID can be deadly? Yes. I think it can be deadly, just like the flu can be deadly, or explosive diarrhea can be deadly. You know, I'm very open-minded when it comes to this. You know me, Ben. Before I was really pushing for Trump, I kind of supported, everything that he was doing, so on and so forth. And then, my thought process changed. I finally found that I felt that Trump was a fucking raving lunatic. But again, that's my opinion.
It doesn't have nothing to do with one man.
But here's the thing. Do you think that COVID-19, as it is today, or whatever variant is mutating or whatever, I think that certain people just have a genetic like deficiency to something like that. And I think that's what they're targeting. One of my residents,
the people who invested in the labs in an immune deficiency, would actually later do a slow release of another immune deficiency to kill off the outer ends of the population because they want them gone earlier, when you can go back and look at Bill Gates' speech where he's saying exactly that. And you can go and tie that to anything you want, Georgia Guidestones, and it's exactly that. So, like, the whole work of the fucking media and all that shit gets pushed aside, bro. If they can't see through that and what it really is and hold the true people's feet to the fire, then maybe you fucking deserve to die. At the end of the day, you're not fucking. You're going to play along in the game and let them wipe you out when they're nothing more than a 75% walking bag of water, just like everybody else is. Mm-hmm. Like, you only give these people the control over your life that you hand over to them. And they do it through fear tactics because they're multi-billionaires who own the platforms, who own the food supply, who own the marketing, who own the fucking news. And that this is the complete psyop. But there's some of us who live outside of the bubble and see that anybody can get touched at any time. So they should have that healthy fear. And the more they push it, now you got to wear 2 masks. Oh, yeah. I'll wear 2 masks. If you make me wear 3 masks, then we're going to war. Come on. How far are you going to stay in the fucking maze as a lab rat before you break out? But it's ridiculous to even have to have these conversations with people who think that they're fucking awake to it, but they took their view and went from here to here, and now they think they're way out. Meanwhile, I'm way the fuck out here, bro. So that's that.
The original topic of the conversation was the fact that it appears that the impeachment is not going to go through. It's dead on arrival, as certain platforms were saying. Now, with that being said, Donald Trump is looking to start off what's called the Patriot Party, a third-party system.
I'm easy to find, bro. You name the time and place. Anybody, I'll set up the ring.
Wait, ring. No.
Says, I don't give a damn. It's your platform. You're not a smug dick. Run your mouth like that about my family again. I'll make a trip to New York and knock you the hell out. Bring your whole family. Bring them all.
Wait, who wrote that?
Daniel Price. He's an interactive. I'll say what I want to say. Damn. I don't subscribe to your channel. It's vice versa. So don't try and fucking out cock of the walk me, bro.
Yeah, Dan. See, Ben. All right. I don't. All right. I'm gonna try to play peacemaker here. Ben is legit, man. I know he's a wrestler.
He's not gonna drive here and knock me out, bro.
You sure?
Yeah. Anybody, if you want to eat dog shit off my front lawn, fucking come right on up.
You know what? Can we record it?
It don't matter, bro. I don't give a fuck. Everyone talks all that shit. I hear it at every show. Nobody ever steps through the ropes and is ready to throw down.
Well, I had an issue like that on social media, and I'll get into it right now as we continue. But before we jump into the second topic, Ben, again, talk to me about this Patriot Party. Like, what do you think it's going to be? I don't know if you had a chance.
Corrupt, Ray. Everything's corrupt, dude. Like, there's not going to be. Every movement that starts out as anything gets fucking taken over by a backer that has an agenda. So Black Lives Matter starts out as a real thing of, hey, let's stop killing black men in the streets for the same offenses that you would, pull any white guy, Asian guy, Native American guy over for, but black people seem to be getting shot for it, right?
Right.
That gets turned into Ferguson and every other thing, and then it becomes an Antifa thing with white kids running through the streets, bro. And we get away from Blue Lives Matter, and we get away from all this other shit that is the real thing of, like, let's just stop killing 20 to 30, 40-year-old black men in the street because they're standing there, and it gets corrupted to Black Lives Matter. When you donate to Black Lives Matter, it goes to Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Bernie Sanders, and then even when they do things like, inauguration, right. What's the big psyop to fucking not really have to look at Biden and Kamala? Bernie with mittens on.
Oh, he's
you think that shit, I mean, it's hilarious, but you think that isn't part of the algorithm, so we're not focused on what we need to be focused on while this guy cuts off the pipeline. The Canadians that backed him with Justin Trudeau, all the SJWs up there too, who towed the line. Then the people who were with them to get him elected day one cut off their pipeline, and there goes their extra checks, and now they're like, they have to eat that big thing of shit. The double standards of, like, oh, we'll have COVID solved and da da da. And now 8 months later, he goes, oh, we have no idea where the future lies on this. Just more and more lies, bro. So, if it comes down to it, they can't make it a week before they burn the people that were supposedly backing them, man. And then it's Bernie mittens to look the other way.
All right. So I'm going to let you know something, Ben. I'm going to do something off, and you heard it here. Over the last couple of weeks, for some reason, I've been dreaming of these numbers. I've been dreaming of a different life. And apparently, from what I understand, I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to win $300 million. And when I do, okay, Ben, the first thing I want to do is I want to do a whole get-together with Hamin media, guys, in mask, social distancing.
Why? But it'd be way better to have it with no masks and show everybody fuck off, but it's all a lie.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a legit fight pit. We'll do Hamin media personalities versus. I put Colin up against more than half the listeners.
Colin, I don't see him fucking lasting too long in there, bro.
Dude,
Me versus you will be a good fight.
No, hold on. Let me put Colin over. Colin is he's quite a jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Oh yeah, he does all that shit. Well,
like legit. And Colin's not a small dude. People see Colin looking like a skinny. Colin's a big, tall.
He's tall, but I'll fight Colin. Even though I got like 70 pounds on him. But you and I'd be the fight.
I wouldn't mind going one-on-one. I don't now kickboxing. I don't want to do that with you. We have to go just straight up boxing.
Yeah. No, I'm at kickboxing. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Straight up boxing is what I was thinking too. I don't think it'd be fair for me to fucking shoot on you. Straight
up boxing, but we have to dress in jock straps and oil. Listen, here's the deal. Here's part 2. You don't care, do you? Part 2 of the 3 count. I'm gonna run through a couple of quick wrestling stories. Whatever hits your these are rumors. Whatever hits your fancy, you can jump it. You ready?
Oh man, go.
All right, here we go. So they're saying that sources say, and again, this is according to Cage Side Seats. I've gone through all the wrestling sites, and I like this site. I don't know who runs it, but it's pretty decent. It's okay. But
sorry, I got this up there.
What is that? Move it back. What is this? The moment you realize you probably shouldn't have voted Democrat. Oh yes. there is a gentleman, an African American gentleman, taking a leak.
Ooh, MSG versus Jeff Lane. That would be fucking good.
I'd take Matt Shaffer any fucking.
I would too, bro.
Have you seen the schnoz on Jeff Lane? That's like a giant target.
Yeah, well, and Matt does Stevie Richards Fitness, bro. He's gotten in really good shape, and fucking Jeff probably has the stronger thumbs, but this ain't a video game smashing competition.
Remember what Jesse Ventura says: nothing can stop you like a thumb, like the old thumb to the eye.
Well, that's true. That is true. So, but
okay. Ben, here's the deal. Apparently, the finish of the Men's Royal Rumble is still not. They're figuring to do it that day, which apparently is scaring the death out of a lot of people backstage. Your thoughts?
Say it one more time. It's scaring what out of the death?
The Royal Rumble finish is still not written in pen. It's still in pencil. Okay, and it's scaring a lot of people backstage. Your thoughts?
Why is it scaring them? Is my question of like, it's phony. Yeah. So whatever the fuck, that's why would you be scared? Like, to be honest with you, if you're really way into wrestling and you believe that your push is based on that, Stevie put it over. Why not be the locker room hero, bro? You're going to get paid the same way. Why take bumps when you can get in and get out in 19 seconds and still get the same paycheck maybe? And maybe that's the fucking highlight of the piece, right? But guys are worried about it backstage. I'd be more worried about being in the women's Royal Rumble and having people like Nia Jax control my safety. That's the number one thing.
Did you see that choke slam, dude, that she did? Japanese. Jesus Christ. Yo, that she's gonna kill. I think, God forbid,
gonna kill somebody. How many more people does she have to hurt, bro?
No. I think she's gonna.
To who was Asuka's partner there that she took out? Was that her name?
Gimmick Joanna, her.
Yeah. And dude, just not protecting her with her arm on the way down underneath her. They effed up the finishes and got counted out. Then they got nervous. Dude, just really, really low quality stuff. Rad Rob with the cheers this morning as well, as long as Mose wants to fight somebody. That might be a good fight right there. Mose versus Rad Rob. Rad Rob Gaming. I don't know. Mose is pretty big too, and he's.
Dude, have you seen Greg Mosier?
Yeah, he's big and jacked.
Listen, hold on. Turtles are not made.
How about Billy Ray Valentine versus Mosier? That'd be a good battle of the conspiracy guys.
Not only that, but Billy Ray Valentine is a legit shoot wrestler.
I think that's the matchup.
Billy Ray Valentine will carry dirt in his pockets and throw it in your face.
Well, that'd be a fucking great spot to open with.
Motherfucker will hit you with a brick. But I would put up Rad Rob. Let me think. Rad Rob. Who would a Rad Rob fight?
Rad Rob versus Javid would be good.
Oh my God. That would be amazing. But you have to wear a sumo outfit.
Sumo. That's what I was saying. Sumo all day. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Big Ray versus Big Sal, Battle the Bigs. No. Big Sal fucking kill Big Ray, bro.
Too big. I'm big, but not that big. I think me and Ben are more along the lines of
definitely
Big Sal. Who the hell would
us could knock the other one out with one punch if it hit right?
Big Sal. I don't know if we have anybody. Yeah, throw him in with Stevie. Let's see what happens.
No, Stevie ain't gonna Stevie just lay down. He's like, no.
Okay. But we definitely put Greek God Papadon in like a midgets match, you know?
Well, I mean, that's already made versus Blake Troop. That's the main event.
Blake Troop 6'4", dude.
So
okay. Oh, you mean the pants?
Yeah. GGP ain't scared as nobody, dude.
All right. So again, so we're gonna have guys like apparently there are rumors that Edge is gonna come back and all these other surprises for the Royal Rumble, but apparently WrestleMania 37 is gonna be a quote unquote parade of former stars. So it seems that WrestleMania, from what I'm reading in from the sources here, is that WrestleMania is going to be focusing more on nostalgia. How do you feel about that, dude?
Well, who's in there? I mean, I'd like to see Stevie get a shot. He's in better shape than most of their roster is, and he could fucking go in and kill it. You know what I mean? That's just my own personal want, but I'm just trying to think of people that past stars that would come back to do something. You got Eugene, John Cena. I'm sure Seth Rollins will be back in time for that. Rey Mysterio. Are you going to do Edge and Christian?
You'll see the big show. Great Khali because of the whole India gimmick.
Yeah, I heard that India show was the shits, bro.
Can I tell you, dude? There's a lot of guys that I saw a lot of potential. I can't say that with straight face.
Well, no, dude. Here's what you have is pretty much WWE stars inviting people out of the crowd that they recruited this year. The greenhorns. You're not going to get this shit if you listen to Rip till it's year 4 to 8. Like you got to train for 3 years just to be shitty and understand what's going on. So when you're going to bring these super greenhorns out there, it doesn't matter how good of a wrestler you are. You can't cover it, you know?
Well, John, like, what was it on Twitter? Strangler Steve had posted a question who you thought was going to win the Rumble. And again, guys, I think they recorded it last night. But let me tell you something, man.
They recorded the Wednesday locker room. I was like, they recorded the Royal Rumble last night? What?
No, they recorded the Wednesday locker room. And I put out, he asked you to put a picture of a meme. I put a picture of John Cena. And now apparently there are reports that John Cena is a lock for WrestleMania. Dude, don't be surprised if John Cena wins the fucking Royal Rumble. I think that is a distinct possibility. He can come in at number 30. What do you think?
I mean, I could easily make the shitty wrestling arguments of like, I think he is going to be there, to be honest with you, because they just put him in the other promo. So they're keeping him viable with with that. But maybe he's not having the success in Hollywood that he wanted to have.
He's doing well. He's doing well, though.
There's a difference between doing well and being like,
nobody's gonna be the dude. The Rock is an anomaly, dude. That dude is.
I don't know. Cena could have got over, but he's just too recognizable. You need something to really break him out as a new character. But if those parts don't come, then what do you do? So I think so. And the big thing isn't like, oh, wrestling sucks, so they need these guys to be in there. They have to go back. That's fine or whatever. We can make the argument. I think the bigger picture on this is the Peacock deal.
Okay.
Right?
So that's funny because I wanted to segue into that before we jump into the last part of the 3 count. Dave Meltzer Seltzer and Wrestling Observer was indicating that that there was an issue now between ESPN and the WWE, because ESPN had been putting over the WWE over the last couple of years and everything like that, and now there's a problem because NBC, ESPN, it's ABC, NBC, so there's a little issue there apparently. So what's going to happen? Do you think ESPN stops pushing WWE?
Are they under? Well, ESPN's under the Fox banner, right?
ESPN, I believe, is ESPN is ABC, if I'm correct.
Right, but it's a Fox property at the end of the day.
Is ABC a Fox property?
Yes.
Okay.
And the overarching and who owns Fox? I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's fine. It's fine.
But so it is split. So here's what we have in place. We have we had $1 billion deal with Fox to do it. Now that's going to get your stuff across the board on their NFL, on Fox Sport, like that's where we're going into it. So then they did a $500 million deal with the Saudis to do all the shows there, right? And then they had I think 462 million a year is what they're getting now from USA. I'm not sure. So we're right at about $2 billion. Now USA is owned by NBC is owned by GE, Comcast, yada yada. So, and Universal is owned by GE too. So if Fox is separate from Disney, so Disney is the overall for Fox is not. At the end of the day, Disney is king. So now we have a split and a kind of a trading war, and it might not be the worst thing, but it looks like NBC is taking it. And I imagine, as Fox gets rid of properties, once the $1 billion deal's up, they'll probably not renew, and everything will go under NBC, and that will be the final sell-off of WWE, because Vince has high-up friends, Ebersol and them, at NBC, and that's why he can get that deal done. So, they've sold a toxic bill of goods to Fox. They bought it. We talked to them. I told them those exact words. You bought a bad bill of goods, and they pretty much said, we know on air. They did it again to the Saudis, and now at an even lower point, they've done it to NBC to sell off a major part of their organization. And now there's no house shows. They don't plan on touring again. So if we're already doing studio wrestling, if we even get back a small amount of the crowd, they may just move it right to Universal Studios, and WWE becomes studio wrestling, and the McMahons get in and get out in a 40-year span before Vince dies. Because I don't think Triple H, Steph, and Shane really want to stay in this shit and run it, bro. I don't think they have the passion for it.
You don't think so?
I don't see it happening, bro. I don't. Do you see a 20 years from now game being in the Vince spot, like full control and like all that? I just don't really see he's got to be burnt out, bro. He's had a full career already. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just not there.
He's done the management thing, but here's the thing: who makes the call? His wife is.
I think they sat around Christmas dinner this year, and went, "Do you guys really want to do this shit much longer?" No.
Were they wearing masks?
Probably not.
Okay.
Then and Shane probably had to Skype in. He wasn't invited to Christmas dinner.
Of course not. Never is.
No. But and everyone's like, no, I'm kind of sick of this shit too. So how can we work it to sell this off in big chunks, and then we'll unload it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more part of the 3 count, and
here's the thing you asked me about the Patriot Party. What if they take that money and reinvest in the Trump Patriot Party shit, where they now are going for political power because they think Steph could be the fucking future president of the United States of America?
Possibly. Here's the thing, though. I think the WWE has been distancing themselves from Donald Trump and anything that's kind of like affiliated with Donald Trump. And the Patriot Party would be something that's a brainchild of Donald Trump. So I'm not sure the WWE would go that route, even though I could see maybe Stephanie running as an independent or maybe a Republican, but I don't see her running, having anything to do with the Patriot Party. I think WWE's cut that tide, man.
All I'm saying is they've got $1.5 billion already, and they're getting $1 billion more. And what does it take to compete with mainstream media? And Vince doesn't give a fuck about if he's on his way out. And that's the other thing. Vince's older brother Rich died this week. He wasn't at Raw this week. So maybe Vince on his way out, it's all about the fuck you of every, that's his whole id, right? And it's not about making sure Declan and Rogan and everybody have $2.5 billion BI to like go forward with. Maybe it's really about leaving let's change this country and the power structure too, bro. It could be that.
Possible. Hey, Ben. Speaking about big changes, speaking about big things, speaking about big moves.
I just gotta put this in there because Society Reviews he goes, Stephanie and Triple H are Democrats, bro. I disagree.
Disagree?
Yeah, anybody with $2.5 billion is not a Democrat.
So what are the Clintons? How much? Look, come on, let's be real. How much money do you think they're really worth?
Probably about 700 million. I imagine the Clintons are.
Yeah, exactly. People listen, the Democratic Party has changed.
Like when people say Democrats, it's not like what people have in their mind of like smile on your brother, everybody get together, try and love one another right now. It's not that shit anymore at all.
You know what's funny? People may not know this. Did you know the Republican Party was originally the party of the poor?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, all these old arguments is they're the ones who ended slavery, but they call us racist. Like, dude, I'm not going back to 1860 to try and fucking justify what I do now in my life and try and make myself part of a party and have to toe a line. I believe in, the only man I believe in?
Jesus.
Myself. No, fuck, dude, he couldn't even beat some fucking early mafia guys. He let them tack him to a cross. He's not that over with me.
Yeah, he let them.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yes.
he let them. Dude, I'm fucking going out swinging, B. Especially if I got alien powers. I'm fucking taking everybody out.
Turn the other cheek, Ben.
If anything, fucking run away to the lake and run right across the fucking water. Get the fuck out of there. Like easy solutions, but he's over.
He sure as hell is, by the way.
Well,
he's over with me.
He wasn't over that day. He was under big time.
He was over. He was over day 3.
Well, we'll see about that.
Conquered death. Who kicks out of death?
Some lady who died of COVID apparently and was dead for 10 days and came back to life. So
all right, but let us talk Big Vito brand.
Man.
All right, so guys, gals out there, Big Vito brand. What the hell is going? All right, so if you guys have watched Big Vito on Twitch, if you've gone on his Instagram, if you've gone on his TikTok, if you've gone on his YouTube channel, if you've gone on all of social media, Big Vito and Noel are probably two of the most charismatic people in the freaking country. I got to tell you, first and foremost, I've become such good friends with Noel. It's like her and I are like this now.
I knew it was going to work. That's as a booker, I have a little bit of talent of like, who's going to be paired up and where's it going to work? And I knew you guys were going to hit it off big.
I love Vito. Vito's awesome, but he is in fact a Mets fan and he is in fact a Jets fan, which is absolutely disgusting to me. We got into it on Twitch. If you haven't seen it, I just jumped on Twitch.
But that's way better. That's way better content than you guys both being on the same side, isn't it?
Well,
you're Giants and Yankees diehard, right?
Oh, with all my heart and soul.
Yeah,
dude. And
I saw you put something about Eli. That's one thing we can't put Eli over anymore.
Why not? Why not? Eli came up
held on to him for fucking 6 years, way too long, and all the boo-boo face shit he would do on the sidelines, and all the little fucking crying, and all the for those last 6 years. Here's why: every fucking clutch play where he threw an interception, and there's about 17 of them, bro.
Yeah, but you know what?
He can fuck off.
I don't want to hear that. He brought 2 Super Bowls to this city,
and he should have done after that, bro. And now we're fucked for the next 10 years because of keeping him for 6 years too long.
So you don't see any potential with Danny Dimes?
We're not going to get to where we need to go.
And where's that? That's not Danny. That's not our quarterback's fault. We have no offensive line. Our running game is shit. The guy that we had coming in to be the running back savior is injured for the rest of the season. I mean, this team is still young. It's still rebuilding.
We could if we would have got rid of him when we should have, we would be where we need to be now. Now we're 10 years behind. Not so you and I are 52, 53 years old. Are we going to see a chance at another Super Bowl?
Got it. But here's the thing. Look at the Cleveland Browns. When's the last time they won a Super Bowl?
Oh, well, they're a straight hope spot story. franchise.
Okay, all right? The Buffalo Bills. They've been really good for quite some time, and they haven't won a Super Bowl since the Juice.
Yeah, but the being good for they got to the 4-5. We robbed their dreams, rocked them, and set them back down for 25 years. That's what's happening to us right now.
Okay, I'll take it, dude. Hey, listen, bro. I got to see 4 Super Bowl wins in my lifetime. I'm good if you don't win again.
Yeah, Sims, all that. But like, I just hate bad decisions out of New Jersey and New York to keep old coaches and fucking franchise players because they sold some jerseys, and that's why we keep them instead of doing the right thing to shake up the roster.
I just wanted to quickly run through the different levels of support that, you guys could definitely do. Hey, so here's the deal. So the Big Vito brand, the first episode of can I stooge off the name of the show?
Yeah, do it, man.
All right, guys. So we have 2 shows already set up. We have MOB style, which is going to be Big Vito and I. And we're going to be talking a whole bunch of shit. It's not going to, you see what I'm doing here in the 3 count? It's going to be this without wrestling. We're going to get to know Vito for Vito because, Vito does a lot of wrestling talk, but people don't know a lot about the man Vito. And I've gotten to know Vito in a very short time. And he is a very complex, interesting, and funny fucking dude. So it's going to be really fun content. People were asking, are we going to talk more sports? Yes. Vito is a huge sports fan, so we're going to be focusing on that, and also we're going to be focusing on his childhood. Was he really affiliated with the mob? Who knows? Things that we're going to talk about that he really
let's talk about like what MOB means. It's not just about mafia shit, because that's why we don't say mafia, because that's a different thing altogether. MOB stands for Men of Business, which is exactly what we are, doing business on all fronts, whether it's podcasting world, and he's got that MOB Brooklyn flavor. You know what I mean? Street smart guy. You don't got to be a made guy to know what the fuck's going on. No,
not at all. And listen, guys, if you want to help us jump this off just for $1, guys, you can support our Patreon. You go over to patreon.com/the Big Vito brand. Also follow the Big Vito brand on all social media, guys. But for $1, it shows us that you're supporting us, you're helping us out, getting this thing off the ground. For $3, you're going to be getting exclusive content, and you're a made guy. So this is the tier system. The first system is you're a good fella. All right, that's for $1. Then you're a made guy.
Morning shout outs from Big Vito, or shout outs on the show, all that kind of stuff, man. Vito morning shouts, they're awesome.
Well, Vito, we were discussing having like a quick every morning, him doing it, because he drives back and forth from work. He works overnight, so you'll be getting some exclusive content there as well. And then again, once we get to the $5, once you're part of the family and you get to the $5 gimmick, we're going to be getting some of the big interviews, and I'm going to stooge this off right now. One guy that we haven't heard from in a long time. He came into WCW. You know him from ECW, and you even know him from TNA. He came in as Relic in TNA. We're talking about Johnny the Bull. We haven't heard anything from Johnny the Bull. That's going to be the first interview. And again, we have a lot of great interviews lined up. Again, guys, you can continue going up the tiers, guys, and there is going to be so much fun content, but I want to hear from you guys. Hit me up on Twitter, message me, hit Vito up. Let us know what you're interested in hearing, because this is all about you guys. You guys are paying for content.
Patreon is you're getting that exclusive interaction with the stars you want to talk to, man.
And listen, guys, we just launched. We already have 2 patrons, so thank you so very much. And we're looking to get. Listen, this is not out of the box. I'm looking to get within the first month over 30 patrons, at least for $1. That's my
we're going to be doing. Well, I think the $3 and $5 tiers with the watch alongs and all that kind of stuff, man. We're going to be looking at all the tape, looking at the Vito in the dress, to the Vito with FBI, to Skull Von Crush, to everything you got going on, bro. And talking about he loves the mob movies, Sopranos stuff, all that, man. I mean, the guy is it's not just a gimmick, he lives the life, so and beauty tips, he takes his self-care very seriously, man. I think that's an interesting thing. We don't take care of ourselves enough, and Vito really, it's not just about for the vanity of it. It really does keep his mind right there. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned that way, man.
Well, it's a little more complex than him just trying to look beautiful, and we'll get into that. Like I said, this week, you worked for TNA, Ben?
Yeah, for 6 months. I was their webmaster for 6 months, and ran their YouTube under Josh Matthews, and I actually have to call Josh Matthews.
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear, you did the whole hot shot chop on one of the kids delivering coffee, and they asked you to leave.
It was done. No, the only time I was there was I worked second production team for Kurt Angle's retirement for that Bobby Roode weekend. I worked there with Jimmy Paradise doing some stuff on that.
How's Jimmy doing, by the way?
I mean, great, man. He's got so much work at WWE to do, and he's with Rebel, and they're doing well, and she's kicking ass at AEW. So two people who got in the biz and are goofy nerds, both of them, and I'm glad that they're both having success. I had no doubt. Jimmy's a phenomenal artist. I had no doubt he would ever succeed.
All right. So again, listen, guys and gals out there, seriously, I have been working tirelessly over the last 10 years to do something like this. Working with Bill Apter, then going to WrestleZone, and then helping the boys at the PW Hustle, working with them, and here at Hamin Media, and now the Big Vito brand. So, your support would be greatly appreciated. So again, guys, head over to patreon.com/the Big Vito brand. It's going to be freaking forget about it. It's going to be fantastic.
And people know too, like they know it's coming from HMG, and they see what we give them for free. And there's a lot of people out there who like, hacker, I know how busy you are. Here's this. I get so much from you. Let me kick in. So if Big Vito and ECW and all that, I mean, not just ECW, he's got great WWE stories too, and WCW. So it'll be, a very, very cool thing. And I'll put it over what I've said. We have the FBI stuff, and I love all the mob and Soprano stuff. But I think when that new Sopranos prequel hits in September, everything is going to be mob crazy, and Vito's going to be in a position to capitalize for commercials, for Law and Order type shows. Who knows where he can walk right on? He's made for this, and he's in great. Stevie's in great shape. So is Vito, bro. If you want to talk about sending them back to Mania, bro.
Let me put this out. I almost forgot. Thank you for saying that. Speaking about being in shape, big shout out to Greg Mosier. Okay. Greg, thank you so much. And the reason I'm thanking you is because Big Vito's looking for a new tat piece, and Noel is shooting a documentary which will be available on one of the tiers. I can't stooge off exactly which one. Probably the $5 tier. It's going to be available on the $5 tier. It's a documentary about Big Vito and his life and what he does. And part of that is going to be getting that tattoo. And Greg Mosier hooked them up with a gentleman in in Florida, that apparently we're going to be working. I have to make a phone call later on. But listen, guys, again, we're going to have Noel is fantastic. We even going to have a show with Noel. And
definitely got to have a Noel show in there, bro. She's got to offer.
And I know I feel like I'm putting this over as if it's the next big fun thing, and that's because it is. It's really fun, guys. The conversations I have are fantastic. What's that?
We got to get to Impact, Rake.
Yo, dude, it is Impact Wrestling, January 26, 2021. Ben, I wasn't here last week. Who filled in for me?
MSG was in the house, man. Did a great job as always. So, good to be back with him. And, when you need a day off or anybody does this, that's how we do it, bro. That's the hot tag, and fucking come on in and check some shit out. All
right. So big shout out to Matt Schaffer. We're welcomed by D'Lo Brown and Matt Stryker. Right off the bat, Ben, D'Lo Brown, Matt Stryker. D'Lo Brown doing the color commentary. How did you think he did this week as opposed to the pay-per-view and his debut?
I like D'Lo a lot, and he can get anything over. It just doesn't. This isn't the commentary team that I think you want as front facing for your company. You know what I mean? Like it works, and these guys both have tons of knowledge, and they can both deliver. And they don't. It's not that they don't have chemistry together. They both work off each other okay. But does it really feel like the voice of the company to you? You know what I mean? That's what's kind of missing right now. It's like, hey, here's two veteran wrestling personalities who've done it all, and that's cool, but they're trying to just fill a void right now while there's a better choice that we need to find in talent. That's what it feels like to me. But I'm a D'Lo fan, and Stryker was always cool to me on shows, man.
And D'Lo's a really good guy, and I've met Stryker a couple of times. He's also really cool. So have no qualms with this.
Out there in Vegas working with Sin Bodhi
Yes, sir.
in the Snake Pit Pro Wrestling out there.
Yes, sir. But you know who did have a problem? Well, let me just break this down. So you have the champion in the ring, okay, and he calls out Tommy Dreamer. He wants to have a match with Tommy. He wants to defend the title. They're revisiting the old Terry Funk days of ECW. I think this is what they're trying to do. And, a couple of people were not happy about this. Moose wasn't happy about this. Gimmick Jones wasn't happy about this. Ken Shamrock, Sammy Callahan, Willie Mack comes out. I mean, Chris Bay, everybody comes out. Everybody wants a piece of the champion. But no, he wants to give Tommy Dreamer a shot. What did you think of this opening segment with Rich Swann, his promo, so on and so forth?
Swan's been trying to push himself, and different from the all night long dance and stuff, and this is a shitty 6 to start it off, but the heels leave the babies laying, and enough that they're up right after this screaming for D'Amore to give them a match. So I don't know if I like that as much, but the heels got a lot of heat right here. It just is kind of a mosh of those guys together, and that's fine. They can get that stuff over. This whole episode was missing a lot of teeth and a lot of stakes, you know what I mean? So that's why I was kind of like, all these guys individually, dude, look at Moose, bro. How are we not building the whole company around Moose?
I don't know. What is the wait? Why are they waiting?
I don't know, man. It could be 1,000 things, whether it's him possibly not re-signing, there's definite whatever. We talked last night too about Rosemary's contract possibly coming up, and I wouldn't doubt if she's on her way out too, bro.
Oh, you think so, man?
I think so. What else is there left for her to do there?
She's in everything.
Right. And I think she can get a better payday at the other 2 places too right now. And we'll get to that later. But I'm a Dreamer, Mark. I always have been. And Moose looks fucking great. And Dreamer sold for him, and they were down. And the heels look strong. It just was kind of house show-esque for me.
It was very house show-esque. And there were a couple of things that happened tonight that I wasn't too pleased with. But we'll talk about that moving forward. So, backstage, they head over to Scott D'Amore's office, and he's going to grant them the shitty 8, but they're one guy short. And then Scott D'Amore says, "Oh, wait a second, I have somebody here for you that can help you out." So I'm not going to stooge off if you guys didn't listen to Impact. You have to listen to the main event to find out who this mystery person was.
That was a good setup right there, though.
It was a good setup. Why was it a good setup?
Well, I kind of came off of they came through and they were up already, even though they were on the cell. And Swan's trying to do this promo where he's yelling wrestling style, which is usually not his thing. So he's trying to do different muscles. I respect that because I want to see him evolve. But it kind of came off as hokey wrestling yelling. Then they turn the corner yelling for D'Amore. You'd think that's going to be the end of the scene. They get to D'Amore's office. He actually opens the door, and then they see who's in there, and their demeanor really changes from beat the fuck up to, oh shit. And that excitement of seeing them do that move had me excited to be like, okay, there's a surprise. Who's the surprise? So that was a good little move right there. There was just a little bit too much wrestling acting in it leading up to that moment is all.
I don't disagree.
I'm guilty of that too a lot of time. I'm very guilty of that.
You're guilty of what?
Wrestling acting. But my character sometimes calls for it in things, you know what I mean? More than other scenes where I would love to have been, not MLW, what was it, Lucha Underground? Sure. I remember when I saw fucking Kill Shot, when they did his thing. He's in WWE now. I can't
remember the guy's name. Nick Bockwinkel.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Shane Strickland. But he had a mask on with a fucking target on it, and they did this awesome run through cinema thing where it was him in a terrorist camp, fucking killing all these guys, and it looked awesome, bro.
Amazing.
All I could think to myself is, man, I would love to follow that up in 3 months where you show that, and one of the bullets rips through one of the tents in the terrorist camp, and I'm in there, and it kills my daughter or some shit. and you see the inception of my character going fucking nuts to go get kill shot, like that's a high level I want to play at. You know what I mean? But a lot of times when I'm playing against Dick Justice, it's tough to fucking get to that high level of Black Hawk Down. Like that's what I want Ben Hamin on camera to look like, but there's sometimes you don't get it. And this is kind of that scene of we're just doing wrestling right now, you know?
No, I absolutely got you, brother. I got you, brother. Hey, we jump into a match. We got Josh Alexander going one-on-one with Madman Fulton. And dude, what do we got here? We got Madman Fulton goes over here, right? Oh no, wait. Am I confused here?
Madman Fulton gets beat.
Oh no, it's the tag team match. I'm sorry. So we have
this kind of upset me, man.
Matt Cardona, formerly Ace Austin, Zack Ryder versus Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. And yes, the baby faces go over, but why are you upset, Ben? The good guys won.
Yeah, no, it's not a good guy should have won here. Baby's up here.
Are you upset for the same reason that I'm upset, and that Zack Ryder gets the pin on the yep.
Exactly, dude. The booking was right. The lead up to it last week, Josh Alexander breaks out and like comes into a scene, right? But with Fulton and Gimmick Jones and like talks shit to him because Ethan Page was the mouthpiece of the North and now he's gone, right?
Right.
So Josh Alexander's time to shine and fucking get over. And he did a really good promo. Like he really did. And then they jump him and Cardona comes in to save him. So we get the fucking matchup for next week. Okay. Right. So here we are this week. Now you have a made WWE guy with a hell of a wrestler in Josh Alexander we know he can go, but it's Josh Alexander's time to shine and get over. He's getting the shine by tagging with a bigger level talent in Cardona. When the pin comes, Cardona gets the pin and Josh holds the guy down, the other tag partner. So he can't
Ace Austin.
Ace Austin. It should have been the other way. Cardona squares off to keep Ace Austin on the ring and Josh gets the pin. Then he would have got the shine from tagging with Cardona and he would have got the win. The business is to fucking shine Josh Alexander and make him into a star himself instead of the silent enforcer there. Instead, they gave Cardona the pin, and now the shine's on him. He don't need it. He don't need it, bro. So
he's got to be there to make talent too, man.
But here's what they were thinking, and it wouldn't have hurt them because when they leave, we get a face-off with Cardona and Hawkins backstage. We know they're bros, and they do the toy thing together and all that fucking podcast that they've been successful on. But Hawkins heals on them. So later in the show, we'll get to it. Hawkins goes under. They did that because it's better to have Cardona with the win. Hawkins talk shit. Hawkins go under. So their business is the Cardona Hawkins business, and Josh Alexander's on the outside. That's only 60%. If they would have put Josh over and Cardona's fucking congratulating him in a new partner, that would have even meant more in that scene, bro. They really missed that key turn there in booking. I'm surprised because usually the more knows his shit like that. And if he's got Dreamer and D'Lo there with him, those guys, if I know that, they know that.
All right. So here's my problem. First and foremost, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. I don't think either of those guys should be taking pins anytime soon.
Yeah, heels could have left with their heat here. I agree with that. Right. They could have fucking just powdered and been done.
I'm gonna make a statement. Ace Austin will not be with this company in 2023. I think the kid number one has I think he's been taking his B12 shots. He is in phenomenal shape. He looks thicker. He looks bigger. He looks stronger. The kid always has character. He has a innate charisma. Madman Fulton is developing into a pretty good big man, dude.
I got to disagree with you, though. Not that I disagree with that they might not go. Okay. They shouldn't go. Where what you just said, Rosemary's kind of at the end of what she can do there, and she should move on. These guys are just getting started. And for them to go to AEW or NXT, they're going to get lost in the fold, bro. They need to stay at Impact and as long until Khan buys it out. And fucking they need to stay there and really make their names how EC3 did and put the company on their shoulders, not leave. they're not ready to go.
I'm going to go far on a limb here. All right. Far out on a limb. I'm going to say Ace Austin has the potential to be Impact Wrestling's next AJ Styles. That's how much I really like him.
Oh, okay. Well, that AJ Styles got that by putting in 11 years there, bro.
Well, again, you know, if he follows the formula that you're kind of laying out and he stays there, I can see him being the Impact Wrestling. For me, he would be more believable even now. Again, please forgive me for saying this, Rich Swann. I respect the fuck out of this guy. Rich Swann is a phenomenal athlete. For me, he's not believable as a champion. I don't like it, but for some reason, this kid has that HBK swagger to him. You know what I'm saying? That in-ring acumen of an AJ Styles, a young AJ Styles.
Oh, he can work a gimmick. He can work fucking, you know, whatever style you need him to go under, and he does good business, obviously, you know. So I think there's tons of money there too, but there's a long way to go down that road to establish him, bro.
Hey, dude, you got Rohit Raju backstage, and he's talking to a mystery man. He needs help to get back in the X division. Now, I'm over here thinking Mahabali Shira, but isn't he with the WWE?
He is. Well, right now he was down in OVW training, and I guess he's helping out with that Indian program. So it's interesting. He's getting ring time there. I'm not sure what the crossover is, but we've been obviously had our eye on him for years. And if I was going to India, he'd be my champ. Even if he still has a way to go, he's going to look better than other guys. You know what I mean? And he's fucking massive, like I said.
Him growing his hair out, he looks like an Indian Conan the Barbarian. That's how he looks.
That's a good, very well. Yeah,
he looks fantastic. And so I'm wondering now, easily the dude's shoulder that he was talking to. Rohit Raju was talking to was at the level of Rohit's head. So it's a big dude. So I'm interested to see who this person could be. I would love it to be Mahabali Shira. If that's even a possibility. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who it might be, man. What if it's Kali? Why does it have to be an Indian guy? You know?
It doesn't have to be an Indian guy, but I could see them going that route because that's what they do. They put brown people with brown people.
I'm just trying to think who he'd be looking up to that big, you know what I mean? Yeah, obviously, you know, you want to play that ethnic stereotype as much as you can.
Yo, Ben, speaking about big, did you see the arms on Tony Khan this week?
Oh, no.
Hey, what are you looking down at?
Yeah, dude, he was really putting them out there. Here's the thing, tan. That will also make your arms look a lot bigger. I don't know, dude. He seemed drunk on camera.
Okay, time out. Can I say something?
Sure.
Dude, is it just me? Okay. Or is Tony Khan, and please hear me out. Is he coming across a little more effeminate and like that borderline queer? Is that like his thing? Like like that type of like.
I think that's the thing of 60% of their main audience. I think that's most of their main audience is like that, and that's why they not love him. But like, and again, he shouldn't be on camera acting suspect. And here's what you want to talk half queer. Where was his other arm? Like he had it around Shivani's back.
Weird.
His hand would have been on Shivani's ass.
It's weird, dude. It was a really. You think he was drunk? I think he's.
Go back and watch. There's a couple things where it's like, I've been around a lot of guys on gimmicks and a lot of guys who are shit hammered, you know, in the locker room trying to hold it together. And that was off. There's something off in that one, bro. And now it's starting to become like him going into business for himself fully. So if you're going to go on TV and make yourself a character and then cut promos on people, that's heat. You have to pay heat off. Who is going to be the first one to fucking power bomb Tony Khan?
Well, I don't know, man. I got to tell you that was the most uncomfortable segment, and not because I don't like Tony Khan or AEW or anything. It was just a really weird segment. What did Mike Roche say?
Let me just scroll back up there. Mike Roche says that was maybe one of the worst of the TK Impact vignettes. Media M5 says yes, Ray. He's coming off very immature, baby, and effeminate.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't think he was drunk. He's just a dweeb. I mean, let's be honest. Like, he's on the spectrum, bro. I mean, he's Roy G. Biv. You know what I'm saying? Like there's definitely something there. Antisocial disorder. I'm sure he's been on antidepressants and going to a psychiatrist since he was like 8 years old. That's why we get the I, me, my out of him all the time, because that's what psychiatrists do, is focus on you and the id. So that's just what he's made of. And it's weirder and weirder every week. It's more and more sus. And, how long is it until him and Omega are kissing on the lips on camera like Ray and Dominic? Oh,
I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, who's Dominic? I never dated that guy. But let me tell you, I just want you guys to do some research, okay? And this is one last thing about Tony Khan that I noticed. Go back to the very first vignette that he did with AEW taking over, Impact Wrestling or whatever. Yep. Look at the way he looked then, as opposed to what he looks thinner. He looks a lot whiter, paler.
He was off the gas. He was on the gas with the boys, bro. Go back and look at the pic of him partying with fucking during the summertime. He was definitely on B12 with the rest of the boys, trying to fucking be a wrestler, but doesn't know what he's doing. And now he's off of it. And I don't know what was up last night. Go back and watch that again and just look where his other hand is. It's behind Shivani's back and not like arm up around the shoulder. It's like down, lower back, right above his ass cheek. This guy, I'm just like, why is Shivani allowing this? And this very, very strange stuff, bro.
You ever seen that T-shirt? I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
That's there you go.
All right. So speaking of, all right, I have no segue for this. We have Eddie Edwards versus the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers, and this match ends in a disqualification. And I liked the booking of this match, actually. I like the fact that Eddie Edwards was disqualified. He was biting the eye of Brian Myers. The referee's like, you can't do that. It's illegal, technically, in professional wrestling. You get a 5 count. And this is one of the Ben, it is. I know you don't believe in illegal moves in wrestling, but the thing is that Brian Myers got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got the 5 count. Referee gave him a little slack too, kept biting. And that's how this match was over. I thought it was a good match, by the way, between the two guys. Both guys come out looking strong. Brian Myers comes out looking good. This is going to be a feud moving forward. So now my question to you is,
Brian Myers is in great shape too right now.
And by the way, Brian Myers, you did a fantastic job at changing up your gear. I understand you're a Mets fan, the orange and blue. It didn't look right. It looked too cartoony and too cheesy and cheap.
That was what he had last night, was like Kevin Nash without the fringe on it. I like that.
I think he looked great, man. Or the all black matte finish to his gimmick, whatever he was wearing. He looked fantastic. But Ben, all that being said, now, so we're thinking that Brian Myers and Zack Ryder have a storyline they're going to move into, but no, the storyline is actually Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. Like, what's going on here? And we have some comments here from the listeners here. Anything interesting to you?
They're just burying TK for the sus stuff. But, this is good to further the Major Brothers. That's what I call them, because that's what I know them as. The Major Brothers rift there. One guy wins, the other guy DQ loses and hot, and they had the promo backstage where he tells them to kind of fuck off. You go tag with the lower mid-card guys and give them a shine. I'm going to face the former champ.
Right.
That's what I do. So he goes out cocky and then gets fucked over, So there is more teeth here with him and Eddie, man. And I like the way Eddie looked. He kind of had that motocross metal militia type look last night. I like that Easy E shirt too. There's one or two things though that I'm not going to bury Hawkins because he's fucking way more over than me, but is he works like he's doing business for guys in WWE still. He doesn't work like it's his time to really go. He's given Eddie too much and getting into positions too cleanly. It needs to look like more like a dirty fight with him now. That's something he needs to work on. And that's just because he's gone out on house shows for 10 years and done the fucking sunset flip. Whoa, you know, all that kind of shit. Now's the time for him to really turn on a dime and be an angry motherfucker, dude. Like that. And it's the same note personality wise with Major Brother 2 with Cardona, because Cardona goes out there and is doing the same old like babyface shit to get over. And how did that work for him in WWE? How did it work for him in AEW? It really didn't. Now's the time he needs to go. I've been in this bitch for 13 years. And where else are you going to go? Back to WWE or AEW? At Impact, you need to use that platform to be a fucking shoot, bang, bang. You don't got to be an asshole, but he needs to be something much more real than just a jacked tan baby face. Now's his time to really paint with his brush. And we didn't get either of that from either of these guys tonight, man. Their gear looked good. They look awesome, but the wrong business was kind of done in both of their segments. And neither of them really are committing to where they need to go yet. I hope they do. They look great.
I'll tell you something. You know what we got backstage? We got Big Money Matt. So we're no longer broken. We got Mike Roach. I see Hawkins as almost a Shane Douglas type in ECW type. I guess he's
100%. That's a great. I mean, look what Shane did when he left WWE and had all the shit to bitch about. Where is that from those guys? They've got 13 to 15 years to fucking put that shit over. You know what I mean? Of like having to fucking do business while other guys pass them by.
Yeah.
Bang, bang on it, bro.
Yeah, man. All right. So look, again, we got Big Money Matt backstage, and they're backstage with the Street Profits. And Street Profits looking a little thin. I saw them a couple of weeks ago on Raw. What happened?
Yeah, man. Private Party. This segment kind of pissed me off too a little bit.
I didn't like it.
Because Matt is doing the mo money thing. That made me laugh. But like, they're like, see, Matt, we hooked the legs this week and we won. We got it. We got the lesson, putting it over. I'm like, I go to myself, wait a minute. You're a fucking pro wrestler on 2 TV shows and you have to put over that you just learned how to hook the legs. We're rotten. We're stupid. Yeah. Shouldn't have a spot on the show. Like they're trying to show these guys are signed and athletic on TV, but they didn't know this whole time that hooking the legs that will lead to a pin. It's things like that on this show where I was like, wow, we've made some small choices here. You know what I mean?
They got to learn from you. You know, I mean, don't you hook do the fish hook gimmick? Doesn't that work even better than hooking the legs?
Well, I mean, I'm rarely pinning anybody.
Okay. What about
usually a tap out?
What about the old eyeball hook?
Well, eyeball is poke, rake, or thumb. Fish hooks is here, there, or sometimes I'll fucking grab an ear, hold on to, and lead a guy around by his ear. Any appendage is good to do. Nose is tough to hold on to, though. I
like the Comey clutch when you grab the get the double fish hooks in.
Mile maker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that, dude. It's funny how those people are in so much pain. Your opponents are usually in so much pain, but they're always smiling.
They're having a great time. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know who's not having a great time? Tennille Dashwood. Tennille Dashwood in the ring with Rosemary, and she goes under again. Tennille Dashwood, the highest paid enhancement talent in Impact Wrestling history. As above, so below.
Fucking Striker buried her on the mic too.
Talk about it.
Just saying that she's not really the greatest and like the punches and strikes because she doesn't know how to wrestle. And her strikes aren't that good either. But then we have a really bad moment by Caleb Connolly, and I was surprised at this by him because I think he's smart enough to not do this. And as soon as he did it, he probably was like, fuck, why did I do that? So Rosemary is kicking ass, and she gets thrown to the outside as she's the baby in this. And Caleb goes over to take his selfie of her, which I think was good, working the gimmick. And then he fucking puts his hand on her face and like pushes her off, like pushes her down. I go, no.
Why?
Caleb should not be touching her right there, dude. A, he's a valet and acting like he's half queer. So he should be afraid of the mythic girl to start with. And as soon as a man puts his hands on a woman, no matter if it's mythic or not, that's heat on him. So we have to pay that heat off on him. Now there's no heat on the chick in the ring compared to him, because we just saw man on woman violence, which is way more than fucking what's going on in the ring to pay it off. So unless Rosemary gets the fucking finish on her and then gets something extra on him, like, we just fucking buried Rosemary and we didn't pay off any heat.
During that, where was Crazy Steve? How come Crazy Steve
Why
wasn't?
didn't Crazy Steve come? I said that too on live. I go, dude, because I didn't remember he was out there, and I saw him on the other side. He should have got close, taking the selfie like he's gonna do it. Reaches his hand back to slap. Crazy Steve grabs his hand, spins him around, gives him a fucking DDT on the ground right there. Connolly's out, stomps on his phone. Do anything, knock his phone out of his hand and stomp on it. Then you could have Connolly fucking no,
right.
You know, like the phone is the most important thing to this guy. Instead, Caleb Connolly put his hands on Rosemary, and that was fucked, bro. Like the match was fucked from there on.
I was thinking even having Crazy Steve behind Connolly, and Connolly feeling the presence of Steve behind him, does one of those little girl screams. He does a girl scream and runs out of the ring, or
he feels him behind him. You feel me behind you, Pat?
Oh yeah.
But no, he senses him. Connolly stands up, brings up the phone, does the turnaround, so he looks in the phone and can see him over his shoulder. Yes. Takes the picture and then eats shit. Like we're not playing out what our gimmick is to the highest level. There's a lot. Those three choices we just came up with, Ray, were 100 times better than what they did. So the second really big psychology mistake in this match, as well as not having Josh Alexander go over.
And that selfie that he took with Crazy Steve behind him with the scared look on his face could have gone up on an Impact.
Right on Instagram, bro. That's his fucking. If anybody should be thinking about how can I get over on Impact's Instagram with spots where I'm reacting, it's that guy, bro. And we're not getting it. We're just not getting it, dude. And that's got to be from lack of agenting, and I don't know what else, bro.
So I was doing something at work. I missed this segment. So I'm going to tell you what the segment is. We have AC Romero, who is so happy that Larry D is free from jail. What happened in this segment? Larry D, I see Larry D has a little bit of a tough guy look here. What's going on?
I was distracted during this. I saw them come up in the promo. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there, to be honest with you.
So I'm looking.
Larry D is just like out of jail, like hard ass Larry D now.
Okay. All right. So that's what we got. I was really busy at work, so I didn't get a chance. But I did get a chance to see what was going on backstage with oh God, Johnny Swinger Daddy with his ex-girlfriends. He's fucking hilarious.
Well, this is the rib, because when it was, all of the fucking Me Too movement and Trish Parker and what's the other one who went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs there?
They all did, honestly. Let's be real.
The one with the smiley face that left. She left AEW too.
Bailey 2.0. I know who you're talking about.
Well, whatever. They were all like, fucking, we're not gonna we don't want to hear rats and things like that in our locker room anymore with the New Day. Yes, it is. And like, you're dealing with D'Amore, you're dealing with fucking Cyrus, bro. And do you think because you're a 20-something with Twitter that you're gonna hold people's feet to the fire? It's the mob. They're gonna go, okay, sure, we won't allow Swinger to say rats. Kylie Ray, that's her name. Whatever. Yeah, won't let you say Rizats. We're not demeaning women. Okay, we're not gonna anymore. Sure, we're not. And then Kylie Ray cuts her own throat, and Parker says one social justice thing, and then is showing her camel toe on OnlyFans, so her credibility shot. And then that's when D'Amore and them go, you know what? We're gonna get 3 4s and put those girls with Swinger as his girlfriend. We're not going to call them rats, but they absolutely are all rats, just to say fuck you to those girls who thought they were going to get over, bro. Those 3 girls there that look like wallflowers at the fucking junior prom, that is nothing more than an FU to Trish Parker and Kylie Ray and anybody else who stuck their fucking head up and said, no, it's not going to be this way in our locker room. Oh, okay, sure it won't.
Well, speaking about Trish, her Jordan Grace and Jazz interrupted Deonna Purrazzo and Kimberly as they were celebrating, the unladylike ending to the match last week. And I guess we're going to get another match between these four competitors. Let's move on because that means nothing to me. Okay, Ben, we got the Fire and Flavor Fest. Okay, yeah, this happened. Kira Hogan, Tasha Steelz, they're feeling themselves in a room. They're popping bottles. You got Eddie Edwards' wife out there talking like a thug.
Dude, there was a huge miss.
There was a whole lot of crazy shit. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, whatever the fuck he is, the Michelin Man.
Why would you in this day and age have fucking, I know she's a fucking city girl, Southie, badass, and loves hip hop. But why would you fucking have Alicia doing like black appropriation and culture right now, bro? That was a fucking terrible move, bro.
Not good, dude.
Alicia's been doing great in the last 2 years, man, at character stuff. Like in Wrestle House, she saved a lot of scenes and was great in them as the intermediary, and working with Eddie, even with the kidnap stuff with Sammy in the past couple weeks was really good stuff. And then this, wow. And then the scene goes from bad to worse, bro. Like everybody comes down. They've got these soul food takeout things where she's talking about mama putting her fucking toe in the beans and she put a little stank on your hang low and all this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? They open it up and there's processed cheese and bread in there. So now we're doing a fucking government cheese fucking joke.
Cheese.
Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, to get these girls over as the ghetto girls, and they got to fucking do every little trope. And dude, not one of those jokes hit, not one. And it was just embarrassingly bad. And then we pan back and fucking State Puft Marshmallow Man's out there. We're supposed to think is Fala, but we know it's not Fala. And then I pop as Nevaeh in the State Puft Marshmallow Man. Like, that was the only pop of like when they took the head off just to see her, and it made me laugh. But it probably smells like Fala's ass because he's worn it twice. And then Havoc and Nevaeh go in and kick the shit out of Fire and Desire. Everybody powders, and it's Havoc and Nevaeh up, and Havoc is like smiling, and she looks, happy. But it's Havoc. She should be murdering motherfuckers, bro. This whole segment was fucked, bro. So bad. Like that it'll go down as one of the worst in Impact history, unfortunately. And I like everybody in it. And I've been in improv scenes like this with top level players, and it is just the Titanic, bro. We're going down no matter what. So here's my advice.
Okay.
You feel a scene, and because I've tried to do this, and I had to take this from my improv coach, Jason Schatz. When you feel a scene fucking dying like this, bro, you don't try and pull back on the stick when you know it's too late. You fucking push down and drive that motherfucker right into the ground at 100 miles an hour, as hard and as bad as you can. If you need to call out that this scene sucks, are you kidding me? And we're like, this cheese sucks worse than this scene, and fucking call it out, like, you got to smash it. That's the only way you're going to save any face in a scene like that. And believe me, when you're an improviser or you're a wrestler or any performer and you're in that situation, you know it, bro. You feel, even with no crowd in the arena, you feel your world collapsing in on you. And when you do that, you just got to be like, fuck this. We're gonna ruin this bitch. We might as well.
I got to put this over. A lot of people are continuing, and I have a big problem with this segment. A lot of people are continuing to call Nevaeh's costume the Marshmallow Man. It was in fact the Michelin Man. They're very similar. I believe they may even be related. But that
was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Wasn't that the Michelin Man?
No, Mr. Stay Puft. He had the hat on.
Oh, he had the gimmick, the hat. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, Ray.
You know what? I'm wrong.
Anybody should know Ray is the one who fucking thought it up in Ghostbusters. What did you do, Ray? It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Ray, what did you do? I tried to think of the most harmless thing, something that could never hurt us, something from my childhood at Lake Winnipesaukee. Ray, what did you do?
Should have been a giant priest.
But Aykroyd's line delivery on that line is one of my favorites.
What was the last line he says?
He just like you hear doof, doof. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. What?
What a great fucking movie, man.
Yeah,
Shit. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that with Vito. So hey, to the tag team division, Impact Wrestling, sorry about your damn luck. Chris Sabin backstage taking shots in plastic cups with the one and only Cowboy James Storm, and they're gonna be teaming up. So apparently, Chris Sabin's partner is injured. It appears to me the Motor City Machine Guns are not going to be teaming for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, Shelly got hurt, and then they fucking took him out again. They gave him a goddamn tombstone pile driver on the fucking apron, bro. Or not on the apron, on the ramp.
I know.
What the fuck?
I don't know, dude. This is a great opportunity to have Cowboy James Storm turn on Chris Sabin, because if you guys don't know your TNA history, the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money, and even before Beer Money, it was the what was the name of the team?
America's Most Wanted.
America's Most Wanted. That was a huge feud that went over a long time, and not just there. They wrestled all over the world.
Yeah, man, they were a lot.
I could see Cowboy James Storm just turning on this sumbitch and having some fun moving forward. Cowboy James Storm, I like him. He's one of the very rare talents that I think can get over as both a baby face or a heel, but I like him better as a heel. We're about to jump into the main event. Just what did you think of this segment?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to align them as the old guard of TNA working together. Yeah, we might have had a bunch of bullshit between us, but there's mutual respect, and we got to fucking go regulate on these young guns right here. So, you know, that's a decent relationship with their history. You know, that the beer drinking and all that kind of stuff. I like James Storm. I've never had no problems with him. I have heard though that you know, other people, when you say that name, they're kind of like, like in this. I do too. I think he can get over. I think Beer Money was awesome, and I think WWE has gotten zero value out of Bobby Roode, and the fact without having the Beer Money thing, they could have got over massive. Imagine even if they got Beer Money over, and then this year, like if let's say hypothetically there was audiences, right, and you wanted to fucking go back to the nostalgia. Let's say we had a whole year of Beer Money and it's over as fuck. And then at WrestleMania, Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out riding one of the Boozer Cruisers and shit like that and is in their corner. Like they would have been made, bro. You know what I mean? They would have been made. So the WWE has missed with Bobby Roode X amount of times, and it's unfortunate that that James Storm can't you know, be a part of that for them both to get to that level together.
I don't disagree. I actually missed the match. We're gonna jump at this real quick. Joe Doring goes over clean on Cousin Jake, which was not shocking to me. Not shocking. It shouldn't have happened, but I could see, because number one, Cousin Jake is a huge dude,
big motherfucker, no doubt.
And they buried the size of Cousin Jake in this match. Like,
well, I don't think so, because Doring, like Cousin Jake is big. Doring made him look average. That's how big Doring is. You know what I mean? But
that's what I'm saying. Like they buried the fact. Like Doring he just dominated him and beat him.
When you say buried, I thought like they didn't work his size. I think he worked all right. Oh. But I think what they missed on, instead of having Doring go over clean, should have been a heat spot with fucking Diener. Yeah. Why wouldn't Diener cause the finish to have Doring hit him with something? You know what I mean?
Shouldn't have been a clean finish like that, even though I could see Joe going over clean. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like even if it was like, you know, on the ropes with Cousin Jake, Doring draws the ref and fucking Diener winds up the chain and fucking punches Cousin Jake in the face. Jake falls around devastated into fucking Doring's choke slam. Bing, bang, boom. Now we got something there, but you know, Jake did good business here, and him losing builds empathy. So this was a good loss for Jake to take.
Well, I like the psychology. You always talk about the threat of violence that you learned from Rip Rogers, and they had Jake's leg pinned in a chair. They were going to break it, and they did the whole psychology thing where they're like, oh, we could break it, but we're not. Now, as they walk out, you have Eric Young throw that little gimmick towel. And I noticed that the other Diener, I forgot his name shit already. The Diener that's with Eric Young. Cody. Cody.
Dorian's at least 6'6", big guy weight on him. Jake is maybe 6'2", 220. No, he's not. Jake is bigger than that, dude. I've been in locker room a couple times, and he's an inch taller than me, and I'm 6'3".
Yeah, they're big dudes. Joe Dorian, I thought it was bigger than that. He's like,
I think he's probably about 6'8".
Yeah, he's a huge, scary guy. But this is my thought process now. Are they trying to recruit the other Diener?
Maybe, but I don't think they need to do that. There's plenty of meat on the bone to fucking do with what they need to with the three guys. And I think Cousin Jake can spin out and be a star because he does look fucking good. You know what I mean? And for them to kick Cousin Jake's ass isn't just the family tie, but that's showing that Dorian can manhandle a dude who's a fucking big bastard. So now you need somebody real big to be able to handle Dorian.
Who do we got out there?
Moose is the only guy I see on the fucking plate to be able to do it.
Or that guy that's hanging out with Rahit Raju. Who knows?
Maybe. Or Matt Cardona could do it.
Oh,
he's jacked. He's jacked. No, he's believable. If you put him, Cousin Jake, and fucking Josh Alexander together, that would be a good, believable team to then lose to Sanity Part 2.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't like their team name, by the way. I forgot the name of their team.
I call him Sanity. Everything they're doing is what he wanted to do with Sanity that he didn't get the chance to.
Anywho. All right, so the main event of the evening, we have Moose, Sami Callihan, Ken Shamrock, and Chris Bay versus Rich Swann, Willie Mack, Tommy Dreamer, and the mystery tag team partner, Trey Miguel.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
Did you like this?
I did, because it's not who I thought it was going to be. So the fact that the other two guys signed and are now property at NXT and will be, I told you what, the MSK, the must-see kids. Oh,
why would you do that?
That's Biden's new fucking favorite tag team. Cousin Jake is big in real life, says Timbo Slice. He knows. He's seen him at Crossfire. I think he means big, tall, not big in the men's room. Yeah, big in the pants. So he knows. But yeah, dude, I thought this was a great surprise. I was like, oh shit, they got him back, and he didn't sign with them. That's very interesting. That makes him a unique property right now. Why didn't he sign with NXT?
I don't know why.
I don't know, but those are questions we'd like to have answered.
Sorry, I got my son texting me here. Okay, so
he's a must kid. You got to see that kid.
Let me tell you something, man. Trey Miguel comes back. What'd you say?
They said that he's the real must see kid. That's the only one to go for.
Have you seen how big this son of a bitch is?
Oh, he's fucking puberty awkward. That's my favorite fucking age to fuck with him. My nephew is the same way right now, and I bust his balls about all the things he doesn't want to hear about and try and embarrass him. There's so many good jokes that you can get on the kids from when they're like 12 to 15 when they're going through that awkward stage, man. It pops me.
Did I tell you that I had the talk with him?
You got to, man. What are you going to do? These girls you got Instagram out here. These girls showing ass. The kid's got a boner fucking 20 hours a day. You remember what it's like. You got to fucking be smart so you're not Grandpa Ray in another fucking 2 years,
I had, and we're signing off, guys. So yeah, Trey Miguel goes over. These guys go over. So what's the future business for Trey Miguel, you think, moving forward?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't see the kids in NXT getting as successful without him. There's something about those kids that worked well together, and he does look incredible, of doing crazy shit, and can do it. But the big paycheck, I don't think is there for him, and it's just on a performance basis right now. So I still think he's a free agent, but that was a perfect surprise.
It was a surprise.
You thought the others were all gone, and you're waiting for him to show up in NXT or AEW, and he doesn't. He's the dude in there, and it's not who I was thinking like it might be in my mind. So good job.
All right, very cool.
On a show with some real big misses, especially that fucking Fire and Desire scene, bro. This was a good way to close it, to kind of clear the slate going forward. You know what I mean?
Speaking of closing it, when I gave Aiden the talk, I had 2 bananas. I had a banana, 2 condoms, a video set up, and charts that I drew out. It actually was an hour and a half long talk, and he I asked him, I said, let me ask you something, buddy. do you have any questions? And he goes, no, you answered every question I ever had.
Well, that's good, man. You're a fucking excellent father, bro. You should be proud of yourself. It's not an easy thing to do. And it's something that you got to do to make sure he knows. So he's not making up things in his mind. And, you obviously, he sees how you treat Jen. And that's the biggest thing of like setting an example of how you treat and interact with the opposite sex, no matter what, whether it's respect wise or when they're acting crazy, how you fucking got to deal with it, or, or that not all girls that as much as Instagram wants you to believe it, they're not all walking around pulling their asses out in thongs, showing their fucking camel toe all day long. That women just don't really behave like that I've seen, as much as they want to believe it online. So you got to fucking separate reality from fiction in their mind, but you're just on sexual overdrive from age 13 to fucking 28, bro. I mean, that's just the way it is, man.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway, listen, guys, it has been a fun Impact Attack as always. Been always a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah. I can't wait to beat the shit out of some of our fans. It's going to be a great time.
Dude, just, people out there think twice. This kid hit me up on social media because I had buried the Big Bunny thing or the Bad Bunny, whatever the fuck that guy is. Yeah. I don't know why this guy's. I don't give a fuck whether he's the greatest reggaeton singer available right now. Fuck, reggaeton number one is shit music, and I'm Puerto Rican. Terrible music. Terrible fucking music. I saw the video with him and Booker T. I don't care who's trying to put over the fact that he's with Booker T. It was what the fuck was he talking about half the time? I speak fluent Spanish. I still didn't get it. It's terrible. He shouldn't be on WWE TV. This is the Royal Rumble. The athletes should sell the product. You don't need to bring in some secondhand fucking rapper.
Guarantee the fact of the Booker T thing, but is he under NBC on some label and they want to push their talent? I mean, this is what you're gonna get.
Some guy comes out. I'm like, who? I'm being tongue in cheek. Who's Bad Bunny? And this smart ass guy comes out trying to sun me on social media, saying, "Oh, it's so funny how somebody asks these questions on social media but doesn't Google." Asshole! I know who the fucking guy is. That's not what I meant. So then I copy and pasted this.
Yeah,
I Photoshop
low rent. Like that's the thing. Like who,
so then
he's sweating us. No, but dude, who do you ever beat? And it isn't shit that over.
So Ben, I'm gonna send you 2 pictures really quickly as we sign off air, and do yourselves a favor, ladies and gentlemen. When you are talking to me on Twitter, as Ben sees this, number one, don't look like that. Okay, and I did this one here too, Ben. I sent you just 3.
Yeah, but let's be pro too, Ray. We got big things now, and we don't got to deal with these marks in that way, bro.
Ben, is that good Photoshop?
I get it. Yeah, well, what I consider good Photoshop and what the rest of the world considers good Photoshop are 2 different things.
But anyway, we had fun with this, and the moral of the story is this: don't challenge Ben Hamin to a fight.
Anytime, anybody, anytime, anywhere.
I don't think that's it. Listen, I don't think that's a good idea.
I will be there.
Daniel, look, man, you could be a fucking kung fu artist. I don't know if you're a cage fighter. I don't know what you do.
I might get my ass whooped. Don't mean I'm not going to fucking knuckle up and throw down, try and pull your eye out of your head. Because I'm good at it.
All right, let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. The Big Vito brand, making its debut this Monday on Patreon. Please, guys, head over to Patreon, see what you're interested in, guys. There are a whole bunch of levels. If you just want to support us again, it's just $1 a month. Dude, I spend $4 a day on a cup of coffee every single day. So if you guys can,
we appreciate that, but we want those $5 tier supporters. That's everything from Noel, all the extra shows, all the watch alongs. That's what we're doing. Most of everything we're putting together is $1, $3, $5, $15, $25 tier. And then there's even $50 if you want to have Vito and Noel on your show and you're looking to hook up with these talents. We're doing it at a cost price. Some people are charging $250 out of the gate. So, you're going to get a great interactive experience. Obviously, Ray is one of the best hosts that we have here at Hamin Media Group. So he's going to be killing it on both shows, The Hard Way and Men of Business, MOB style. So, I'm looking forward to just seeing you guys make awesome art together. And then Noelle shining bright too, dude.
She's the best. Noelle is one of the best things going today. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez on Twitter and on Instagram. Also on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. You can follow Big Vito at the Big Vito brand everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere on social media. TikTok. Go to his TikTok. If you've never seen Big Vito clean the house, I'm choking. You need to go to TikTok and watch this man in his, as he says, I'm cleaning the house in my Versace room.
Can you get a message for $1.50? You can join up, or can you get MSG for $1.50? I'm not sure. Maybe probably not that for that cheap. For MSG is rates a little bit more than that, but you can get those shout out Vito messages, and we're going to be doing some other fun stuff there, even at the lowest tiers. But you guys, we just appreciate you keeping it within the Russo HMG family. That's the biggest thing. We know times are tough, so we don't expect you to do anything. The free platform will always be free, and that will always be there if you have the cash to kick in or not. It's what you want to do. No pressure at all. No pressure to go to thebrosters.com and get the official Vince Russo Bro coffee. I know there was 2 orders already in the last 48 hours. People grabbing that for Vince's birthday to celebrate. But I had some this morning. Phenomenal. And you're helping a local business owner take his small business global, you guys. And that's what another way we plug in here at HMG. So it's going down. Matt says he's about 350. Yeah, ZordosOliveOil.com as well. Big shout out. Happy birthday to Triple D, Dimitri Zordos from Dippin' Donuts and host of our Star Trek Academy podcast. It was his birthday. He blew it up on social media locally the other day. So send Triple D a shout out too. Tell him happy birthday, you son of a bitch.
And I just want to throw a quick shout out to the guys at the Wednesday locker room. Strangler Steve, Billy Ray Valentine, and the other guy.
Always want to. Yeah, whatever his name is. He knows a thing or two. I'll be back with the Conspiracy Horseman tonight with our guest, Bobby Sausalito at Take Naps on Instagram. Very interesting actor, comedian who is, really putting out funny promos to try and shake people from their foundation and say the truths. And maybe he'll come fight me on my front lawn too. Who knows? It's Big Ray. It's Hacker Hamin. It's the Impact Attack Infidels, Fire and Ice, and everything nice here at hackerhamin.podbean.com. Yalla.